Thanks for staying with us. So you know today is Open House Thursday, and we love to gist. So we found this gist that we decided to bring to you this morning. Daddy Freeze has told women to run from any man who says he will buy a car for his mother before buying for his wife. The media personality said this in reaction to a viral tweet about a man who bought a car for his mother, but he didn't buy any for his pregnant wife who had to trek daily. What are your thoughts on this? Join the conversation and call us on 081-720-53687 or 091-390-76948. The ladies, so. Our ladies.
Okay. So I have heard different school of thoughts because I hear some guys say that, oh, a former stranger, and then somebody who is my biological mother, my blood, and then you're saying what? Somebody that I can divorce or can divorce me or can one day say that she's not doing, but you know, my mother would always be in my life and all that. So what exactly are you talking about? I've seen a lot of, you know, premises like that. And wow, interesting. So because if you did not add to it that the pregnant wife treks daily, perhaps treks daily, I would have thought maybe there is something behind it that they did not really tell us about. So it might be that maybe the guy added some money to the mother's, you know, money that she wanted to, just completed it for her to buy a car or something, you know, or maybe they contributed, the siblings contributed, and maybe they have a car in the house that they use together, so it does not really look like, oh, I am not buying a car for my wife. But you see, this is already talking about the rivalry that has been there since time immemorial. When you talk about mother-in-law and wives, you know, and all that. And I just feel, I would just say that I think a lot of men don't know how to balance it. Yes, balance is the key word. I'm not saying you should not love your mother, and I'm not saying that you should not love your wife. But, you know, disrespecting your wife outright in the presence of your family members, or disrespecting your family members
in the presence
of your wife. So for me, I would say it is just balance. And some people just don't have that sense at all.
Ew, common sense is not common. Nima, please.
Women should be practical.
Okay.
I meant to. I think it's who can drive.
I don't get it.
It's about who can drive. And if you can gift your mother a car, let him enjoy it. If you know how flimsy life is, if you've sat and saw and watched your loved one pass, and you keep thinking, did I ever pay it back? The love, I have been there for the past 1 year. I keep thinking about it. And even though I'm thinking about it, I know I tell my brother all the time, get your wife a car. You have 2 kids. I say it to him all the time because I think he has a business that is running, and my mom can't drive. It's basic, practical life. But the moment I can get her, of which her husband took care of her, get her a driver, and I can afford a car for her, I'm not going to be having a conversation of emotions with who I love about whether I should do what I need to do for who I love as well. Because I love you, but I love my mother. And whether you like it or not, I would have spent the first half of my life with this mother before you came. So for a woman, I think it is even better that you own it. If my husband needs to do something for his parents, he has to do it. I'm not going to be debating with him and putting him through an emotional tunnel of worry of whether he's doing right or wrong. I think if he needs to do something for them, he needs to do it. I said to my husband, when my father-in-law was a bit down, it was a time when nobody expected that I would show up. But I showed up because I was worried. If anything happens, he's old already and he's no more. Will I still have these conversations of whether I deserved or I didn't deserve anything? Because if it was about age, do you understand? Will I sit in retrospect and be happy that, okay, well, I just got the car? And what exactly is a car? What exactly is it? A material thing that will soon pass. I can use it and I won't be able to replace it. And then I'll come and have a conversation with the same person that bought it, that he didn't maintain it for me. If it is something I can afford, I can maintain the lifestyle Nima, what I earn, can afford. I'll get it if I need it. But I don't want to put somebody's son through that emotional tunnel. I showed up, and not only did I do that, I said to my husband, make sure as you're taking care of your parents, your children see you do it. Because life is a circle.
Okay.
This conversation we're having with the
No, for me, this thing, I feel is just a lack of communication problem. Because for you to be saying you should have bought me a car or bought this one a car instead is really because there's not enough funds to do it at once for everybody.
Right. Everybody,
you know.
True.
So first of all, are we having a conversation with the woman in my house or even with my mother? Mommy, you know I've always wanted to do this for you. Look at my wife now. She's pregnant. She needs to go to hospital, blah, blah, blah. Can we? I know mothers that will say, you want to buy me a car and your wife is running up and down the road. What is that? Please give it to her, you know. So for me, I feel when you put everyone together and have this open communication and conversation with people, it will be much easier. Even for the wife, she could have this conversation with her husband where her husband will say, you know what, since I was young, I said that when I have the money, I want to buy a car for my mother. A wife too, she will say, look at my own contribution, add it to it, and buy this car for your mother. Because we're all one family, and that's how it is. That's just the ideal situation. But when people are not talking, and then you are married to someone that, I don't know if, because I always wonder when people talk about some of the issues, like when you come into a marriage, are you coming in because you feel that these are my enemies, I'm coming to kill them, I'm coming to finish them, you know, or this girl that's coming, when she comes, we're going to finish her. If you already feel that way, that person should not even come into your home as a wife or as a mother-in-law. First of all, it's important that, and I agree with you, where a person who has to make that difficult decision of choosing who to do it for and when to do it for is being guilt-tripped for not doing it for one person. Oh, so you did not do it for me. Instead of helping that person do what he's meant to do for either person at the time that each one needs it.
So I understand your perspectives, but let us talk about the mindset of marriage. At least the scripture says, and therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. Hold on, no. Hold on, no. Cleave to his wife. That means that your wife and your immediate family are your first priorities. So are we now, what Daddy Freeze is saying is, if your wife and your children are not your first priority, then there's something wrong in that marriage. Because even if you decide to, okay, let us give mommy a car, it should be the decision between husband and wife. Not that the wife does not agree. You go ahead and feel my wife is my mother.
Not agree.
No. The mindset of marriage, because here you're supposed to be one. So what happens if you can take family decisions, whether your wife matters or not? You don't care about it.
This is my response, BC. As a wife, love that woman the way you love your mother. I am the one who drives. And I'm the one who still has a car now. My husband has sold his because our roads are bad. If there's an emergency, convenience or not, and I'm available, I take care of it. I will drive to my mother-in-law's house, pick her up, take her where she needs to go, bring her back, and drop her in front of her doorsteps. When we had the naming ceremony of one of my nieces from my husband's side, I drove my mother-in-law to the market. I did the shopping. I drove her back. It's about her convenience and welfare. She's well. See, it is a family, like Miriam said. And not all of us come in with the mindset to friend our in-laws, or not all of us have the conducive environment to be friends. But have the responsibility in your mind to take care, to show that love. See, do you see that classical environment where you just find love? It's okay.
It's not.
What if it is not possible? Do your own part to give love.
Yeah. So you are advising right now, Nima, that is what
I'm talking to the woman in question.
Yes, that is what you're saying. You're talking to that woman. But the thing is, what BC said, that is, you have to decide. It has to be a decision. But what if one person, that is the wife, says no at the end of the day, but she's not being reasonable?
She's pushing herself outside.
She's not being reasonable, and the husband goes ahead
and takes a decision.
So that's
you know what?
Hold on, okay, please. Let's quickly take a call. We have Tega from Ojodu before we continue.
Hello, good morning.
Peter from Ojodu. You're live, Peter. Good morning.
Okay, I must comment. The topics you bring on air are very enlightening. A lot of times, when I see your view, it really brings people from sharpness of things that they've kept quiet for a very long time. I really commend your effort.
Thank you, sir.
By the way, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. Now, the topic of buying car for the mother, but I think it has to do with perspective and understanding from the marriage. If the wife does not have a car and you intend to buy for your 80-year-old mother, who would definitely not drive it, I think it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
At all. But I think whatever you're going to provide for your mother should be also provided for your wife. It has to do with understanding, because a lot of times if the wife understands that the mother needs such and such, some wives will say, okay, go ahead and get it for your mother. But I don't think it is wise when you know that your wife is in a particular predicament, taking care of kids and all that, you leave her and attend to the one that your mom that is home outside, and it just doesn't make sense. So the people's perspective will be that you don't value your wife. So I think the man should take care of the home. Make sure that the wife has some certain things before he goes ahead to say he will provide it for the mother first. That is just my take on it.
Wait,
Thank you so much, Peter. Okay, hang on a minute.
Are you there?
Let's just talk.
Okay, so let's assume that, yes, he has his wife to take care of, but the mother he has never been able to do anything for. Is there a place of love and reward for rewarding of the love you've enjoyed from your mother, knowing what they've been through? Is it okay to do that? Even if you have a wife now that you love, can you do both?
No, that's why I said it has to come to an understanding from both couples.
Thank you.
A lot has to do with both couples. If peradventure the man, let's say the man was so broke before he got married, and he got married, then he decides that the first car he buys it for himself, then the second car will be for the mother, probably because the mother is old. It has to do with the wife. The wife will have to understand that. He can't just take that decision because the mother is getting old and wants to die and just go ahead and then does it. The couple has a lot of role to play before he goes outside to perform, because people's perspective outside will differ. What if the husband has siblings?
Thank you so much, Peter. Yeah. Thanks for staying with us. We're still having the conversation on who do you buy a car for first, your wife or your mother. You can join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948. We need to get your thoughts on this. So,
So, another thing is, I feel it's a bit dangerous when we use buying of car as a measurement of if a husband cares for his mother or for his wife. Because there's so many other ways that man may have shown up for either his mother or his wife, so that when that time to make a decision for a car comes up, it's not even a question of, why are you doing this over me? It's, he has done so much for me, and we want him to do this for his mother right now. We have decided. Or he has done so much for me, I want my son to do this for his wife right now. So sometimes when we get just part of the story and then we base all our, and then we paint a picture based on just that particular act. Concerning marriage, I mean, we're married and you know how that can be. Some things are acceptable, are not acceptable when you are looking from the outside in because you don't know the whole story. I feel that when a woman is pregnant, there are some people who say they cannot even drive. So they get a driver. So maybe they even have like an Uber service that's doing something for, taking care of the wife, making sure she goes to her where she needs to be. So this is not a man that is maltreating the wife. So there's a difference. So we have a man, there's a difference. So if this is a man that disrespects his wife, has maltreated her, has never provided for her, and to further show how much he disrespects her, and to show how much he buy a car now and also give his mother. So you will see how much I do not care about you. So that has to be a basis for this conversation, not just that one single act should be what decides.
We need to find out. So we have another call, Mustafa from Mero. Mustafa, are you there? Hello, Mustafa. Oh, we lost that call. So before I come to you, let it not look like we're saying a man shouldn't take care of the mother. Okay. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're debating. But what I think people would say is let it be done as teamwork. So do not sideline one person and feel because you're the man, you can take all the decisions.
So as I said before, and I'm going to reiterate, I'm saying that what if, we did not get the whole gist, we're getting it from the woman's side alone. What if the husband's mother is sick And they need to, there is always problem. They need to get her from home to the hospital and they just wanted to do stuff because we did not hear that part. Because now it's looking like, oh, she just wants to enjoy life and relax and just be taken care of, which is not bad at the end of the day. But I'm saying we did not hear that part. So I think it might be selfishness on the part of the wife too. Wow. Do not even get me wrong. I'm not saying that the husband should not take care of the wife. But I'm saying here that there might even be a car in the house. You know,
the wife is trekking in this case. So the wife is trekking. But let's take this call. Owolabi from Egbeda is here with us. Owolabi, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to the ladies.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm in support with Marian this morning because this is a personal experience based on my friend. He called me and told me that, okay, he wants to buy a Venza for his wife. Why his mother is in a rented apartment? I said, talk to your wife first. But the wife told him that, okay, instead of buying this, just buy a land and build a house for your mom. Later, we can have all these cars. In the process of building the house, the mother moved in and bought the Highlander Jeep for the wife, and still, God opened a way. Both of them and the two kids, they are now in the US right now. So it's not about the car per se or anything. It depends on the understanding of the couples.
Understanding. I like that. Thank you so much, Mr. Owolabi.
So I wanted to answer that. Like Miriam said, materialism is not the measure of love. I think kindness, and it comes from both sides.
Yes.
Kindness is so important. My mom used to pray for me. She would say, may you find someone who will show you empathy in love.
My mom says that too.
May you find someone who says he loves you, but you
can't show kindness. My mom says
kindness. And when you marry into a family, now, because we are women, I'm not going to be addressing men who love their mothers. That's not my business. If I find a man who loves his mother, I think it's a gift for me because he would be able to translate it eventually to his children.
Yes.
That's what I was looking at when I was single. And his ability to buy gifts for who and what and whenever is none of my business. If I think I need something, I'll buy it. The missing line here is maybe he's someone who, after buying his mother a car, is so unavailable to even arrange how it will be used or, how it will be taken care of. The car is there. If you're a loving, bubbly somebody, me, I will take, Mama,
help, Mama.
Let me drop you off at the market. When are you visiting your friends? Okay. And eventually, Mama, you can't drive this car. I'm coming. Let me visit my friends. It's both of us that own car.
Just show love.
Just encourage love in the house. Don't make it about the car, but who can use it. So, Mama, let me come and drive me. Let her come and take you. And eventually, you are even visiting your friends with the car. Who know car? It's not you who tell somebody's story. And they know where the car came from.
Okay, let's take this call from Lanre. Lanre from Aja. Good morning. Oh, we lost that call. So, it's seeming to me that this is one-sided. Everybody's just preaching love, love, love. We
see it on the hosting table, so she wants to guys.
I'm itching, but we're hosting today. We know that there are mother-in-laws, there are families that are wicked. Like they are wicked, outright wickedness. And they don't accept you as a daughter, no matter how good you are.
Still a stranger. What
do you do in that case? Where mommy wants to be, because I particularly have a friend who, mommy makes all the decisions for all the sons. Like you dare not buy anything, as little as wristwatch for your wife without taking permission from mommy. What can a woman do in that situation?
You don't marry mommy's boy now, you go grieve for God now. You open your eye, enter now. That can happen overnight. You
must have seen the past.
But that is the reality of someone.
That's most people's reality. We gist about these things.
What do we do?
You get over it.
Wow.
You grow up and get over it. So if my husband has to take a permission from his mother to give me a mug, what if I want to buy a mug myself? You take over power. That disempowerment is what they use to control you, then you empower yourself.
Yes.
That's a life.
That's right.
That's a job and buy your own mug.
We'll continue this conversation after this call. Bright from Abuja. Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Good morning, sir. Are you there? Hello, Mr. Bright. You're live. You can speak.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How is everyone doing?
We're doing amazing, I think.
Let me ask this question. Please, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. You're
Hello,
listening to the TV.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, the first question I want to ask, please. I'm sorry, because like you guys said, we're hearing you from one side. Let me get this. Does the mother have a car before the guy got married to his wife? First question. Second question is also that, for me, I don't think the question by the man should be asking his wife if he should give his car, buy a car for his mother when his wife do not have a car. It should be something that it should come from the wife. Because I don't see any sense in me buying a first car for myself, then I want to buy the second car. Now, and I make it a point of duty to ask my wife whether we should give it to my mother or not. I will give my wife the car. If she sees anything fit to be given to my mother, it's her business. Thirdly, the mother we are buying a car for, running a car is not a charity. She needs to fuel it.
Yeah.
It means that when you buy her a car, you are giving her another liability. For me, we need to check her well-being. Did she have a nanny? Because all of us are grown up. We've gone out. She's living alone, perhaps. We need to get her somebody that will take care of her, somebody who can run an errand for her, somebody who can take good care of her.
Yes.
So we need to take care of that first before we start talking about buying her a car. For me, it's not a question to come up anywhere. My wife, I will buy her a car. When I bought my car, she's going to get the next car. If she feels she wants to give it to her mother or she wants to give it to my mother, it is her business.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bright.
This question.
Thank you so much. So he mentioned something that is just very important, which is the well-being of the mother in question. So I've seen some mothers who are actually still working. They can still go to work. They haven't retired. They're still strong. In that case, you know that this person will be able to maintain the car. But we'll continue this conversation. Welcome back. We're still discussing who should get a car first, the wife or the mother. But let's take some tubes.
Okay, we have so many. Said, anytime, our quota, Fred Kabari says, anytime I get married, my car belongs to both. If I want, I buy a car for my mom. If I want to buy a car for my mom, I'm sure that's what I was meant to say, I will seek permission from my wife before going ahead to buy a car for my mom, which I will present on behalf of both of us, not me alone. That's wise. That's wise. Shego Yeleke said, women safe, so entitled, they have nothing to add to the table. He then went further and said, when your wife is adding value to your life, you will never take her for granted, or rather, I should say, you should never, because some men self-useless. And
the person said that.
He said that. He said some men self-useless. Gabriel Wingfield says some women become insecure and selfish when they luckily become married to a well-to-do man.
Wow.
These are women that did not contribute to the man's initial upbringing, and that's where I think I'm addressing today. The insecurity, the unnecessary jealousy. You don't, even with the siblings, you don't have to be in competition. If
Everybody
your
should know
husband
their
thinks you deserve something, is a whole adult that you married. You don't have to influence him to love you. Let him speak your love language the way he knows how, and take what you get. If he loves you the way you want, and he thinks that materialism, buying you a house, a car, putting ribbon, and declaring it in front of the whole world, good for you. But don't let it be something that you used to rate that you're the one in his life, that you're the top priority as against his other loved ones. Because he loved other people before you came.
But if materialism is your love language, how do you handle that?
No, there are people like that.
No, don't use it to rate that you're the love priority as against his other loved ones. I mean family members, people who were in his life for the entire of his life before he became an adult and thought it was okay to come and marry you. Some people have their stories different. It might be the girl. Okay, take your call.
Yes, we'll have a call. Festus from Abuja. Festus, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
First-time callers.
Yeah. Indeed, this is a very sensitive topic you're talking about that I think it's one issue that has wreaked several damages to many homes because making such decisions at many instances has created, a huge enmity between mother, father, siblings, and that particular husband or wife. And I believe, again, that the wife today will someday become the mother tomorrow. And the expectation of every mother or wife is to be taken care of by her son or by her husband. When we begin to position, rancor and jealousy by saying, you have to buy a car first for me before you buy for your wife or for your husband, it creates more damage at the end of the day. And so I think it's very important that the wife should see herself first as a daughter, not just as somebody who has come to take over take over power and authority. But she should see herself as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, and as a member of that family.
I like that, Festus. Let me stay on you for a bit. If she sees herself as a wife, as a daughter, and the family does not see her as part of them, what should be done?
In all honesty, it is very difficult if she has been able to position herself as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister in that home, that she will not have one or two members of that family who will not take sides with her. It's when she exonerates herself and begins to see herself as the madam of the home that she begins to have such issues. But by the time she's been able to identify herself as a member of that family, that she has left her parents probably and then come to join to build this home, if she is able to establish that mindset amongst the members of that family, trust me, she will always have people who will be on her side.
Thank you so much, Festus, for that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
In response to Festus, so I have heard stories of people who have felt that they have come into a family where they are not loved, and so they feel that they have to always put their guards up. And for me, what I've seen worked is that the husband recognizes what is happening and becomes her defender. So he knows that when it comes, there's this bias in my whole family. When it comes to the conversation concerning my wife, they would want to take any decision against her. And so he will become her mouthpiece. Don't need to say anything. I will speak for you. Don't need to say that you are making that decision. I will say I'm making it on your behalf. Because in this case, you are protecting someone that you are aware is being attacked. So that's a different thing. But there are people who come into the marriage where the wife is on the attacking whatever, she's constantly attacking the mother. In that case, too, the husband is aware, and so he speaks up for the mother. Yes, sweetheart, I know you feel like this, but she's my mother. So you know how they are. So the thing is life. It's life. We have to constantly be, weave and wave and use our words and be wise when we speak to each other and how we relate with each other.
All right, so I have messages here on Facebook. Nwoko Oboro here says that if Fritz is trying to destabilize marriages, a mother is the genesis of everything within a family circle. Without her, there is no husband to start with. I don't see anything wrong getting our mom a car first before the wife. All right, Jason is here. Jason Mudiaga, who says, mother and wife is something you don't compare at all. Okay, so, I said I was going to say something unpopular, like unpopular opinion. And it starts with, Mnima was saying, the wife should empower herself, and that is when it comes in. You can buy a car for yourself and all that. So I have spoken to some parents, young parents, and when I say this, it's almost like I'm crazy. I say that, yes, you should take care of your children, but still find time to find yourself. Do you want to go to school? Do you want to, because you're thinking of the future already. Because I see that in this climb, in this part of the world, we just relax and say that because I've fought everything, I've taken care of my children. When you get to a certain age, they are your retirement plans. And so you're just, perhaps I want to move into their house. The person is married, starting a new family, and then you just take yourself into their family and destabilizing stuff. I'm not saying that you should not love or your children should not love you at the end of the day. But I just want to say that maybe parents somehow should start thinking of this. Take care of your children, but while you're taking care of your children, know that one day they're going to leave your house and they're going to be on their own. And there are certain times that you will doubt, but I loved these children and I took care of them. I am not saying that it should not be. I take care of my mother. So do not even think that, why is she talking like that? Or she does not even understand what she's saying. So as you're saying that the woman should empower herself, I am thinking parents should start thinking too. Because this day will come and you cannot say what type of partner that person is going to end up with.
Awesome. Let's go on a break.
Stay tuned.